Right now, free education at UW-Madison starting next fall for members of Wisconsin tribes. Details on the program and what it includes besides tuition.
Plus, hope you kept a face mask handy. Masking requirements return to UW Health and Unity Point Health Meritor tomorrow.
And a major penalty given to Southwest Airlines, how much it's being forced to pay for last year's holiday travel meltdown. It's all ahead on News 3 now at 10. A major announcement from UW-Madison this morning. Indigenous undergraduate students from across the state will be able to attend for free starting next fall.
Arman Rahman breaks down the new program, what's all included, and how much those students say it will mean to them.
UW-Madison now joins the likes of the University of Minnesota, University of California, and others in offering free tuition for Indigenous students.
Oh, it's a really big deal. We're all really excited to hear about this.
As Caden Kirkpatrick walks around the Indigenous Student Center at UW-Madison, he says he, along with his fellow Indigenous students, feel more validated.
It really shows, I guess, that the university really cares about what Indigenous students have been saying, because we've kind of been asking for this policy for quite a while now.
With the Wisconsin Tribal Education Promise program, the university will use private donations and other internal funding, not state dollars, to cover tuition, fees, housing, meals, books, and other expenses for undergrads enrolled in any of Wisconsin's 11 tribes.
Especially for students who might be coming out of quite different cultural contexts onto a campus in a place that's going to feel large and possibly a little scary.
Kirkpatrick says the program is natural because the university is a land-grant institution on Ho-Chunk land.
So it really is kind of helping to correct something. It's not really a gift in a sense. It's more just to help balance and make things right in a way.
University leaders say about 650 students identify as American Indian or Alaska Native, but Kirkpatrick hopes this can grow that number.
There's currently like a very small population of Indigenous students here on campus, so we really want to get that to be a lot bigger and actually get the education, to go and bring it back to our communities.
According to a UW spokesperson, current students at the university will also be eligible once the program begins in the fall of 2024. In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
And Chancellor Mnuchin says the university does not typically require students to report that they are Indigenous or enrolled in a Wisconsin tribe, but for this program, they will confirm a student's membership. Well, about 40% of student loan borrowers missed their first payment after the pandemic-related pause ended this fall.
That comes out to about 9 million borrowers, according to the Department of Education. For comparison, only about 25% of borrowers missed their payment in October 2019, before the 3-plus-year freeze went into effect. Borrowers who miss payments anytime through September of next year won't be reported to the 3 national credit bureaus. However, interest will continue to accrue. If you've been waiting for winter-like weather, today might be as good as it's going to get. We woke up to a dusting of snow and temperatures in the 20s that stuck around all day.
But the cold won't last long. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti here to explain. And a peek at his first warn forecast. Gary?
Well, it's cold out here tonight. Skies are clear or partly cloudy, and that will allow temperatures to drop off a few degrees more from where they are now. But as we take a look at the time lapse from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam, some clouds this morning gave way to sunshine this afternoon, and then mainly clear skies as we headed toward a beautiful sunset. Those clear skies allowed temperatures to drop off. Doppler track shows still some heavy lake effect snows on the other side of Lake Michigan, up to about another 6 inches of snow possible in far southwestern Michigan. It's after a day where we had some strong wind gusts this morning. Here in Madison, 37-mile-per-hour wind gusts. A few places out toward the Mississippi River had wind gusts above 40 miles per hour, and that just added to the chill. But the high temperatures were early this morning, right at midnight. 33 in Madison, 34 degrees in Janesville. Look where they are now. Pretty much their lows for the day. 16 in Madison, already in the single digits north and west of the Dells. Here in Dane County, 17 in Deerfield, 17 in Oregon, and 18 in Belleville. Factor in the winds. Wind chills are about the same as they were this afternoon. Single digits to the lower teens. That's because even though the temperatures have dropped, those winds have died off considerably from early this morning. Otherwise, look for mostly clear skies overnight. Colder. I've dropped the low temperature to 13 degrees, but temperatures will hold pretty steady overnight. Later on, I'll take a look at a warm-up that begins tomorrow and lasts right through the Christmas holiday.
All right, Gary, thank you. Starting tomorrow, UW Health and Unity Point Health Meritor are bringing back masking requirements due to an increase in RSV, flu, and COVID-19 infections.
All staff, patients, and visitors will be required to mask up beginning tomorrow morning. Masks are expected to be worn during patient interactions and in all clinic settings, which includes exam rooms, waiting areas, and scheduling spaces. However, they won't be required in areas like like lobbies, elevators, cafeterias, and administrative spaces. UW Health and Unity Point Health Meritor previously dropped masking requirements in May. President Biden will make his third trip to Wisconsin this week on Wednesday when he visits Milwaukee.
We're still awaiting details from the White House on the exact timing of his stop and where exactly he will speak, but we do know President Biden is expected to talk about small business investments as he touts his economic agenda. The president and his re-election campaign are focused on Wisconsin, with it again being a key battleground state in next year's election.
And we are investing early and often in this state because we know that it's going to be incredibly close, like it always is in Wisconsin. We're encouraged by the fact that we have been up on the airwaves, including in the largest and earliest investment into African-American media since August.
Democrats aren't the only ones making similar investments. The Republican National Committee created a Hispanic community center in Milwaukee back in 2021.
The Monona Terrace will close for 2.5 weeks next month as crews will renovate the inside of the convention center. And if you have been inside, you know what the facility's carpet looks like. Well, it'll be completely replaced, but with a nearly identical color and pattern to the current carpet. Other renovations include restoration of wood doors and furniture, resurfacing of the kitchen flooring, and painting. The closure will begin Tuesday, January 9th and go through Friday, January 26th.
Quick Trip's footprint in Wisconsin only growing larger. The company will invest $151 million, creating an additional 500 jobs by 2027. Rather than building new stores, this money will be used to expand Quick Trip's dairy, commissary, and bakery facilities in La Crosse. It'll also go towards an office building in Onalaska and a new distribution center. Tonight's Powerball jackpot sits at an estimated $543 million. And in just the last 10 minutes, we've gotten the winning numbers tonight. They are 5, 8, 19, 34, 39, and a Powerball of 26. No one has won the big pot since back on October 11th, and this marks the fourth time it's risen above $500 million this year. If there's no winner tonight, the next drawing will come on Wednesday night. Well, if you own your own primary residence, you could get some money as part of the state's lottery tax credit. 30% of the Wisconsin Lottery's revenue goes to property tax relief for homeowners. Last year, the credit put between $199 and $318 back in the pockets of homeowners. To see all of the eligibility requirements in an application form, look for this story. We have a link at channel3000.com.
Turning to national news, a jury in New York has found actor Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment. Majors was convicted of one count of third-degree reckless assault and a non-criminal charge of harassment as a violation. The trial stems from a March domestic dispute with his former girlfriend. Majors appeared in Disney's Marvel franchise as Kang the Conqueror and starred alongside Michael B. Jordan in Creed 3 earlier this year. Marvel Studios has since dropped him. He will be sentenced February 6th, and he faces up to a year in prison. The government wants to make it harder for officers found guilty of misconduct to get hired at other departments. A new national database launched today will centralize information on the misconduct of federal officers. It will flag them during the hiring process for law enforcement positions. The database only applies to federal officers, but President Biden says he is working to allow state, local, and tribal agencies to also participate. Now to the fighting in Gaza. The head of the CIA flew to Europe for talks aimed at reaching a new ceasefire deal.
Any new deal could lead to the release of more hostages. Skylar Henry has the story.
The bombardment of Gaza continued, while Hamas officials say the death toll has surpassed 19,000. In Tel Aviv, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other top Israeli leaders.
This is Israel's operation. I'm not here to dictate timelines or terms.
It was Austin's second visit to the Jewish state since Hamas's terror attack on October 7th that killed about 1,200 people. While Austin reasserted Washington's support for the war, the U.S. is pressing Israel to work harder to prevent the deaths of Palestinian civilians.
We will also continue to urge the protection of civilians during conflict and to increase the flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza.
Hamas released a new video showing 3 elderly hostages it's holding. Hamas says it will not negotiate more hostages' return until the fighting stops.
We must take a stand. The world is watching us now. This includes our enemies, Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran.
There are still crucial questions as to how Israel's military mistakenly shot and killed 3 hostages last week. The IDF released photos of SOS signs they made using leftover food. The military says the men, all in their 20s, were shirtless and carrying a makeshift white flag before they were killed. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Southwest Airlines has been fined $140 million for its holiday meltdown last year, which canceled some 17,000 flights, stranding 2 million passengers. It is the largest civil penalty ever handed down by the Department of Transportation. The fiasco lasted 10 days during one of the busiest periods of travel all year. As part of the fine, Southwest agreed to create a $90 million fund to compensate future passengers affected by cancellations or significant delays. Good news if you're looking to get a passport. Processing times have returned to pre-pandemic norms. Applications will be processed between 6 and 8 weeks now, or you can pay extra for expedited service and get one in 2 to 3 weeks. State Department says 48% of Americans now have passports. Back in 1990, that number was just 5%. More local stories are ahead at 10.
Sharing a meal with loved ones over the holidays is special. How one Jefferson County-based service providing free home-cooked meals to those in need is expanding south to help feed even more people.
Oakmont Senior Community in Verona for active seniors 55 plus is now offering 1 month free rent and 1 year free heated parking with every new 1-bedroom rental. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford F-150 and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,500 FlexBuy cash, only at your local Ford dealer.
At Lawton Cates, justice means helping with your medical bills, standing up to the insurance company, and demanding compensation for lost time at work. And there's never a fee until we deliver results for you. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Oakmont Senior Community in Verona for active seniors 55 plus is now offering 1 month free rent and 1 year free heated parking with every new 1-bedroom rental. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, we've got Adrian and Israel Hope.
I love them so much.
Then grab a tissue.
That almost took me out.
And experience the most beautiful reunion.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Perhaps one of the best parts about the holiday is sharing a meal with those you love. A Fort Atkinson-based group providing free home-cooked meals is planning to add a new facility in a different southern Wisconsin city.
The News 3 Now spotlight on organizations giving this holiday season continues tonight as our Catherine Merck shows us the inside of the addition.
A Fort Atkinson free meal service is expanding to Janesville, planning to bring the spirit of the holidays to people in southern Wisconsin all through the year.
So we're making 60 pounds of meatloaf.
We don't turn anybody away. We don't believe in having leftovers, so we
keep serving until it's all gone.
Jen and Rick Lowry started Feed Your Soul in 2008.
You got it?
I got it.
They're aiming to spread the word of their religion through these plates.
We not only give them a meal, but we give them a message.
It's free, open to anyone that that shows up. And so we're here to serve people.
Each week,
Every Thursday night,
the group comes to this kitchen out of the First United Methodist Church to prepare the food.
We average about 200 meals a week here.
Feed Your Soul is providing a service some don't get during the holidays.
I think it's always important to have a home-cooked meal.
You think about how hard it is for people to buy food, right? How much food costs and how much less is in your grocery cart every time you go shopping.
Their work is something that caught the eye of Jeff Williams at Faith Community Church in Janesville.
Hunger is increasing, so the timing of this is really needed.
In the coming months, Feed Your Soul will use space in his church in Janesville to continue their operation.
The main kitchen is right through that window right there.
They've already begun remodeling part of the building for kitchen and drive-through options for the meals. Moving to a city of this size is a massive step for the group.
we're going from a town of 12,000 to a town of almost 70,000.
Could be overwhelming, you know, but that should be an indication to us of level of response, level of need.
In this season of giving,
And then everybody brings in homemade desserts.
Jen and Rick Lowry's service is a good reminder of the work that's needed to help the community year-round.
We want this to be an oasis for them where they know they can always come here every week and get a hot meal to take home and some leftovers to feed their family. And we think it's going to make a difference in a lot of lives.
The team at Feed Your Soul is planning to expand to Janesville sometime in February or March. Reporting in Fort Atkinson, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
If an Apple Watch is on your holiday list or the holiday list of someone you shop for, you might have trouble finding some specific models. That's because a patent dispute has forced the Series 9 and Ultra 2 versions off store shelves and online. Apple is fighting a battle with medical device maker Masimo over the watch's blood oxygen feature. It's halted sales in case the International Trade Commission upholds the import ban over alleged patent infringements. The review is set to end Christmas Day.
Well, quiet weather here in Wisconsin, but that's not the case elsewhere. The East Coast getting battered with some strong winter weather, and this in the form of a rainstorm. This video from Madison, New Jersey early this morning. Firefighters and other first responders helping rescue people trapped in their vehicles from floodwaters. And if you're wondering where all the snow is, apparently on the other side of Lake Michigan. This video from Kalamazoo this morning. The snow led to multiple vehicles involved in crashes along the highway there. Caused by slick road conditions. Another 6 inches of snow is possible overnight west of Kalamazoo, closer to Lake Michigan. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now back with our first warn forecast. As we mentioned, quiet here compared to the rest of the country in many spots.
We got a little snow last night, though.
Well, just a little dusting, and that's maybe it before Christmas.
I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Put some in your freezer if it's still out there, because you're going to need it by the time Christmas rolls around. Let's take a look, first of all, at SnowVision snowfall accumulation estimates, and these are far less than an inch. And you can see there were just bands of snow showers that kind of came on through. Almost looked like lake effect snow here, but now the lake effect snow still on the other side of Lake Michigan, west of Kalamazoo, south of Grand Rapids, that area, the wind coming right down the length of Lake Michigan. A good setup for lake effect snow there, but it's just that area. But take a look at this picture from Boscobel. Larry Schmidt sent us this picture, and it's pretty dramatic because it's right near sunset, and you can see the back edge of a lower deck of clouds kind of illuminated the sky. Beautiful picture. Send us your weather pictures to the First Warn Weather and Traffic app. You can send them right through the app itself, or you can email them to us at firstwarn@wisc-tv.com. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. It'll be cold through the night, but that's it. Tomorrow, southerly winds start to take hold. It'll be a little breezy, but that'll bring temperatures at least back into the middle 30s for tomorrow. And then mild weather with high temperatures in the 40s start Wednesday and last through Tuesday of next week. And that does include the Christmas holiday. In fact, the average high temperature right around 30 goes from 31 to 29. And look at where our temperatures are. 40s, almost near 50 for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And snow depth, there's very little snow across the northern portion of the Midwest, and most of that will melt. Even New England, they had quite a bit of snow on the ground earlier, but that storm system that went up the East Coast brought rain and melted a lot of it. A little bit of snow on the back end there. Still some snow out in the Rockies, but if you take a look at future track as we head through the time before the holidays, you can see quiet in the middle part of the country. That East Coast storm heads into Canada. A new storm comes into the western part of the country, but mainly rain along the coast and some snow eventually working its way into the mountains. But the first batch of moisture reaches us in the form of rain. That's mainly going to be Thursday night into Friday morning. And then we see a break on Saturday as the storm kind of organizes out to the west and then heads in our direction again as we head toward Saturday night and into Christmas Eve Sunday. Again, rain here, and the only snow from the storm is on the back edge, way out to the west in the western Dakotas into Colorado and Wyoming. So we're looking at rain through Christmas Day night. So again, the forecast for the Christmas holidays, 49 for Christmas Eve, 48 for Christmas Day, breezy both days, and rain in the forecast. Planning your day for tomorrow. Temperatures start out in the middle teens. The clouds kind of come in, but still not enough to blank out a lot of the sun. We're into the near 30 degrees by noontime, and high temperatures topping out in the middle 30s. Planning your day across Dane County, high 32 in Mount Vernon, 34 in Middleton, and 34 in DeForest. Rest of southern Wisconsin, 33 Janesville, 32 in Fond du Lac, and 36 degrees in La Crosse. For Madison, look for a high of 34 tomorrow. Again, those winds picking up from the south-southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Not as windy as today, but still kind of breezy in the first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. We're back in the 40s starting on Wednesday. Rain showers from Thursday night into Friday morning. Could be mixed with a little snow well north of Madison. And then just rain everywhere for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Tuesday. Maybe mixing with snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, but still too warm to get any snow to stick to the ground.
And still to come in sports, it feels like every week the Greek Freak does something you have to see to believe, but he did it again, and we'll tell you all about it next on News 3 Now at 10.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Swipe.
We'll make your first month's lease payment on select 2023 GX460 models.
Menards is celebrating Ryan Blaney's NASCAR Championship with 12% off everything till Christmas. Cut the cord and turbocharge your next project with Bosch cordless power tools. Menards carries a huge in-stock selection. Rip, cut, drill, and drive. Bosch tools are designed to tackle the toughest jobs. Now till Christmas. Get 12% off all Bosch power tools at Menards.
Merry Christmas and enjoy your 12% off everything.
Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables, February 14th through 18th at Overture Center. Tickets available at overture.org today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Get special offers on the 2024 ES350.
Believe it or not, we're just 2 weeks away from the ReliaQuest Bowl, when the Badgers held their first practice today specifically focused on preparing for number 13 LSU. That New Year's Day matchup will be without the Tigers' Heisman-winning quarterback Jaden Daniels, we learned today. But what has Luke Fickell learned about LSU in the past few weeks?
I think the physicality and the size is something that, I would have assumed, but I didn't probably know it as well until I started watching. You hear about the Jaden Daniels and you hear about all the skill and the Napier and the wide receivers, and then all of a sudden you really start to watch and you see what kind of makes the engine go. And those guys up front, both offensively and defensively, they're definitely loaded across the board. It's not just the skill that everybody talks about. It's the physicality they can play with up front.
And one of Wisconsin's locker room leaders will not be with them with the bowl because Rodas Johnson entered the transfer portal today. Rodas had 19 tackles this year and 52 in his 4 years as a Badger. In devastating news, former Wisconsin basketball player Walt McGrory died on Saturday after his near 2-year battle with cancer. McGrory was diagnosed with bone cancer in 2021, right before what would have been his 5th year at Wisconsin. McGrory was 24 years old. After setting a Bucks franchise record with 64 points against the Pacers, it should come as no surprise that Giannis Antetokounmpo was named the Eastern Conference's Player of the Week for the 22nd time in his career. But it wasn't just that one game. Milwaukee went a perfect 4-0 this week, and last night, Giannis passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the Bucks' all-time rebounding king. The Freak is now the Bucks' all-time leader in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. And Giannis Jimenez, who's been balling like Giannis, was named the Big Ten's Freshman of the Week. After dropping a career-high 20-piece against St. Thomas, she's averaging nearly 11 points on the year. And the Madison Mallards dropped their 2024 schedule today. Their home opener is on May 28th when they host the Eau Claire Express. And then on July 3rd, the Mallards will host an Independence Day celebration when they host the Rapids Rafters, before hosting my favorite team name, the Minnesota Mud Puppies, on July 13th, and they'll host their final home game against the Express on August 9th. And finally, many Packers fans are calling for defensive coordinator Joe Barry's job after yet another questionable scheme against the Buccaneers. And The Onion joined in on the fun, writing this article titled "James Webb Telescope Finds Evidence of Packers Secondary Lined Up 20 Million Light Years Off Receivers." And that's not that far off. We'll be right back.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota.
We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
Travel, there is nothing like it. Dancing is my passion. But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy. I was constantly itching, whatever I was doing. Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us. And Dupixent works inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Hi, I'm Gary Canolti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me March 23rd through April 1st as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-556-2 820 for a
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
We have this saying that people come where they're invited and stay where they feel welcomed, which is why we're inviting you to take advantage of Hy-Vee Perks during the holidays. Hy-Vee Perks has all the benefits of Fuel Saver and helps you save money on items that you buy every day. It's free, it's easy, and it's our way of saying thank you for choosing Hy-Vee. On behalf of all of us here at Hy-Vee, from our family to yours, we wish you a joyful holiday season.
Toyotathon is on. Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning, weekday. Tonight.
So, in a certain sense, you're all in a lot of trouble for what you did. Behind that desk, 91 charges. Woo! What were you thinking?
New tonight on CBS.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Chilly out there right now. Temperatures are in the teens. A few places north and west of the Dells already in the single digits. Here in Dane County, 17 in Deerfield, 16 in Cross Plains. You factor in the winds and wind chills right now. Single digits to the lower teens, but they're not going to change very much overnight. Look for a low tonight of about 13 and then a high tomorrow, 34. So not as cold as today.
Yeah, going on. It was a little chilly. You could feel that wind cutting through, but it not lasting long. Gary, thank you. We want to take some time to say goodbye to one of our staff members, Lucas Winter, his final night with us tonight, and he has been a great member of our team for the last few years.
He has been directing the show off and on for the last 2 years. He's been kind of around everywhere. Are we going to see a shot of Lucas? Okay, thank you, Lucas.
He's going to
press the button.
He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to see himself. Well, Lucas, we wish you nothing but the best in the future. You've been a great guy in this newsroom and a great part of our team, and we really appreciate it and wish you nothing but the best moving forward.
Lucas, don't forget, do something good.
4, 3.